And good evening, it's Pete from MV UK, bringing you an update, and this time from Sarah Champion, the MP, Member of Parliament for Rotherham, one of the towns frequently mentioned as being affected by the ongoing scandal of the grooming gangs here in the UK. So Sarah has actually published today on X her 5-stage plan of what she thinks will help to identify and solve this issue. So I'm going to run through some of them today and just give you my thoughts on them. Hopefully it'll break it down, save you a read, just give you an overview, an update. Really, really brave move, a very commendable, very, very brave move from Sarah, considering right in the middle of a constituency she is doing this. She's putting a torpedo into Keir Starmer and his government. Albeit she did vote no last week at the vote, she's actually come forward now, not only speaking out and calling for a public national inquiry, a national public inquiry, forgive me, but also laying out, I always struggle with that, laying out how it should be done. So let's take a look at the bill and I'll talk through it right now. Okay, here it is. So what we've got then is 5 steps to go through it. So firstly, the first step, the government to implement the IICSA inquiry recommendations. So what she's calling for is organised time managed process allowed for getting investigation underway with ring-fenced resources. So she wants an outline for how long it's going to take and that the money is secure for her to continue with this investigation once it starts. Second stage is to identify, actually very sinisterly, if the grooming gangs are still happening or if cases have been missed. Now, very interesting indeed, because what they're proposing to do is to send out to all the councils across the land some canary questions. Now, canary questions are a series of the same questions that will go to each council. They'll reply back, and in the event of certain answers, it will trigger a certain response. So therefore, if an area returns one of their forms saying there's been no cases of grooming here, that will instantly trigger the inquiry to go straight to that council. Because, quite frankly, this is, in my opinion, one of the biggest scandals that will have rocked the UK in history. Like, it's huge. You cannot get your head around this. But anyway, so that's what I want to do. Is it still happening? Have cases been missed? Let's go and find out what towns are telling us this, what towns are telling us that. That will identify if there's a cover up or not, and we're going to look at it. So stage number 3, a national inquiry locally led. So what they want to do is get a Telford style investigation inquiry and use that model nationally so that everyone has a framework to work from within their areas, and then they can call on government resources and the Home Office in the event that there's something more than they can handle, or if they're directly affected, then they need somebody who's not partial, who's not in the inner workings of those councils. So that's good. That's good that they're asking, if there's a bigger issue than we can deal with, can you come in and help that out? Triggers would be victim and survivor reports or self-referral by, as I just mentioned, local councils or police, or concerns raised by an independent panel. And any of those things can get the troops down there to give them support and, really start to turn the pages and look under the covers of this scandal. Number 4 is the new commission work into the motivations of grooming gang members, i.e. what makes them tick? Why are they doing this? Is it just for power and dominance? Is it for something a little bit more sinister? Now, there has been warfare techniques used by these people in their own countries, where they would rape the competition until submission. And it's a very serious thing. So this will ask the question whether these are local gangsters just prying for power, or if it's a wider national issue designed to disrupt the momentum that we have. So we'll see how this unfolds. And then, of course, the last clause 5, and I will leave you with it after this, just to give it some reflection and thought in your own time. And just before we go into the 5th one, if you're finding value in this video, please don't forget to like it, share it, leave a comment, do what you need to do. Your support is so valuable to me, and I will be motivated by your support. So do hit the like button. I appreciate it. And on stage 5, it asks, Sarah Champion lays out here, the MP for Rotherham, one of the towns really affected by this. She says, is the law as it stands fit for purpose to support and protect children or prosecute offenders? And, you know, it does say that, will the law as it stands recognise the grooming gang process within an existing framework of childcare service procedures? Having children, I understand how those procedures work. So you have different, if you like, checklists. That's a great way of thinking of it. You have a checklist. So if somebody says this is a case study, we feel that this young person is not having a great time where they are, the care provider has a checklist. They go through it. If it checks all of these boxes, it's that. If it checks those, it's that. Do those check boxes lead to a synopsis that it is grooming, a grooming gang specifically of this origin of being a Pakistani, predominantly Pakistani driven crime? So who knows? But fair play to Sarah Champion. She has come out fighting for her constituency. Some might ask why she didn't do it last week. I'm prepared to overlook last week, because this not only is coming out like the MP for Liverpool come out and supported a public inquiry, but has gone the stage further and delivered 5 stages. Now, Sarah Champion is no stranger to this. She's campaigned on this a lot. She's been targeted repeatedly over many years of trying to raise this against the tide. The tide that is, if you do raise this, you are a racist, and we all know that that is not the case. Protection of our own children is everything. That is what we get up for. That is what we work for. That is what we are about, the protection of our children. So this scandal, which I still believe, as I mentioned in my intro video, the first ever video, that I feel this will go right up to the top table, and this will make quite a few of the cabinet members very, very uncomfortable. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you think. Do leave me a comment, and until the next one, I'll see you soon.